Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to more Hundredline, Last Defense Academy. Or last time, we seem to have gone into another coma because a lot of days have passed. So, day 39.
Huh?
She said, I fainted on the night of day 27, so I've been out for 11 days.
Yes. We're almost out of emergency feeding drips.
Ah.
Why did I lose consciousness? I didn't get stabbed on day 27. My old wound didn't reopen. Zombie regarded me with a somber look on her face as I mumbled to myself. Then she gave me the diagnosis. Diagnosis.
We think you have the fainting disease.
Huh?
Fainting disease?
Also known as psychogenic pseudocyanocope. Syncope. I don't know. A disease that causes you to suddenly lose consciousness after being exposed to strong physiological shock or stress.
So what you're saying is I just faint randomly sometimes, and I also have a serial killer in me. Okay.
God. This is the worst timeline. Like, your mind just blows up.
I have a disease like that?
Yes. After what happened to Shoma and Kaku on day 27, your mind suffered a heavy blow. And even though you somehow made it to nighttime okay, the moment you felt like you could relax, your mind completely shut down. Just like that.
You tell I had this disease.
It's just the third time you fainted out of the blue, right? And it always takes you a long time to regain consciousness. This doesn't seem like normal behavior, so we decided to scan your brain. Using the revivomatics to diagnose function.
Ah.
I don't remember contracting any disease like that.
This is what the machine's analysis said. Traces of treatment found on damaged parts of the brain. Fainting disease likely developed as an after effect. Read correctly, please.
Treatment on damaged parts of my brain?
I don't know what exactly happened. At any rate, the damage isn't life-threatening. It doesn't affect your cognitive functions or your judgment.
Okay, so my brain is damaged, and somebody tried to fix it, and now I faint all the time. Okay.
Doesn't brain damage usually happen from, like, trauma?
Yes.
Of, like, any kind, I mean. I don't know. But, yeah. So, that part's nothing to worry about, at least.
Easy for you to say.
Huh?
This means I could faint again if something stressful happens, right?
Yes, but I'm sure it'll be alright. As long as you make sure nothing too stressful happens again.
Huh?
So, has anything changed? So if there's a fight, that's gonna be real stressful for me, though. Just saying.
Right. Changed.
Like, have you guys learned anything about the killer while I was out?
No. We haven't made any progress in that area. The unknown killer remains at large, and we don't have a single clue to follow. Nobody's been attacked since then, so we're still alive at least.
Every time we're in a coma, but nobody gets attacked.
Ah.
What about Shoma and Ima?
Coincidence? I think not. Shoma regained consciousness already, but he said he doesn't know who stabbed him. You can ask him about it yourself later.
But Ima's still fine, right, too? And Ima,
He's barricaded himself in his room and hasn't said much to us. Just a word or two when we delivered food to him. Needless to say, He didn't fight in the defensive battle that happened on day 33. Ima, Shoma, and Darumi set out on the battle as usual.
Ah.
Those three still suspicious of me? I mean, I wasn't even in that battle. Why wouldn't they go?
Yeah. Yes, they seem to think you're the most likely suspect. But even if you weren't the one, it had to be someone from the SDU. That's what those three believe.
Well, Nozomi and I headed to the cafeteria together, where everyone except Ima, Shoma, and Darumi were gathered. Darumi. When they saw me, they said things like, "You're awake," or "Thank goodness." Everyone was quietly rejoicing about seeing me on my feet again. Their reactions were a lot more subdued than before. I could hardly blame them. This was the third time I'd woken up after losing consciousness for several days. At least that was what I thought. It turned out they had another reason to be despondent. The dark, gloomy aura that hung over the group indicated there was something more at play. Yeah? I finished breakfast and returned to my room. Soon after, Tsubasa came knocking. Tsubasa, welcome back.
Yeah. You saw how dejected everyone seemed just now, right? Wanna know why?
Did you do the scan with the lifeform thing? You didn't find anything?
Maybe.
Sure. She pulled out something from behind her back. It's this.
The organic life detection device.
Alright, finished it.
5 days ago, yeah. But now I wish I hadn't.
Huh?
Why not?
Because this is the reason everyone's jumping at shadows.
She turned the device on as she spoke. 13?
Yep. The total number of life forms in this academy. That's all of us, including Eva.
Which means there are no outsiders in the school, and the culprit is really one of us.
Yeah, that's what everyone believes now. Except for me and Nozomi, that is.
But, like, what if it's a robot? Or a
Could
ghost?
be a robot. Could be Monokuma.
Robot bear pops out.
I've been waiting for this!
Maybe he would have revealed himself if he went to the killing game. He just pops up.
I hope.
You two still think it was an outsider that did it?
I don't know, but the killer could have fled outside after stabbing Shoma, right?
Possibility of that happening seemed low to me, but I forced myself not to voice those doubts.
Anyway, that's why everyone's so down.
Basically, it's because they're all suspicious of one another.
This isn't going to end well. Without trust, we won't be able to put a united front during the defensive battle. Can't you do something, Takumi? I'll do what I can to help as well. Just tell me what you need. Oh, I just remembered. I finished that other thing you asked me to make a while ago, too.
What thing?
You know, the remote detonator that'll trigger the bomb inside of Ava's body. I managed to complete it after carefully investigating her body with her consent, of course.
Okay, she's into it. It's fine. It's about the rubbish from her pocket. Took out something that looked like a remote control. I took it and gripped it tightly in my hand. Thanks. This puts me at ease. I'll probably add Eva to the team starting for the next battle. That's hype.
Right. Yeah, that should help our combat power. The problem is getting the others to trust her. Oh well, I've done my part. The rest is up to you.
With that, she left the room. Up to me, huh? How should I do this? What was it Tsubasa said before? The killer could have fled outside after stabbing Shoma. To be honest, I didn't think they did. I had no concrete proof, but everything that had happened so far felt like part of a larger scheme that someone was orchestrating. Leave the school now, or I'll kill you all. Let's play a killing game. At the very least, I was convinced the culprit was going to stop at Shoma's stabbing. Wasn't going to stop at Shoma's stabbing. In that case, excluding myself, the killer must be one of the other 12 students at this academy. No, wait. Shoma was a victim. If Hiriko, Tsubasa, Takamaru, and Eva were also innocent. That leaves just 7 suspects. Okay, here's our suspect list. Darumi, Nozomi, Kiyoshika, Yugamu, Moko, Eva, and Karara. Yes. Which one you think?
Hirumi.
I'd never willingly choose to treat any of my friends as suspects, but as it turns out, I don't have a choice right now. I won't gain everyone's trust until I identify the real culprit. And if I don't have their trust, the SDU would fall apart and everyone would be annihilated by the invaders. The only way to prevent that from happening is to reveal the identity of the killer.
I was taking a drink of something, sorry.
It's okay.
You must solve this future case yourself, Takumi.
That was what the boy with the undying flame said. He must have known something like this would happen. At any rate, this was the only way of resolving all that I could think of. All of this that I could think of. I had to find the culprit no matter what. Clench my fists and resolve to devote myself to the investigation. Even though it's been like a couple of weeks now again, because you keep going into comas. Guess I should ask Ima. Won't probably say anything, but then I'll let you people in the cafeteria, etc. I think I'll start from the top and go down this time. Just to be different.
Mesa?
I rang the doorbell. No answer. I tried the doorknob, but it was locked. Ima, I know you're inside. Can we talk?
Hey!
I'm trying to track down the culprit, but I need something to go on. At that, a voice called up from the other side of the door. You're awake, Mr. Sumino. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can tell you. Come on, there's got to be something. You see, I'm suspicious of you too. I think you may have been the one who killed my dear sister. What are you talking about? I didn't kill her, and in the first place, Kako, she... committed Radical 6? Is that what you're trying to say? A preposterous suggestion. There's absolutely no reason for my dear sister to do such a thing. She had no worries, no sorrows. Even if she did develop any, she would have told me about them. My dear sister did not commit Radical 6. I have no doubt she was murdered. Like I told you just now, I suspect that the killer may have been you, Mr. Sumino. The only reason I haven't exacted vengeance yet is because I'm not completely sure it was you. Accidentally killing the wrong person would be playing right into the hands of the real culprit. But I might lose my sense of reason if we continue to speak much longer. Can you please leave now while I'm still in my right mind? I could sense that prolonging the conversation would lead nowhere. Ima refused to respond to any further attempts to talk. Well... Let's work our way down.
I don't like this timeline.
You don't like this timeline?
No.
Well, it's the one we rated.
I know. Make your bed, you sleep in it, whatever.
What are you guys doing here? Isn't serial killer Takumi? You're awake. I'm not a serial killer, so stop calling me that. Anyway, I'm investigating the identity of the culprit right now. Do you mind if I ask a few questions? Oh, can you be any more shameless? The criminal's role-playing as detective now? I'm not talking to you, I'm asking Shoma. Oh, you want to know about the person who stabbed me? Told the others a bunch of times already, I didn't get a good look at them. But did they, like, run up to you? Did they throw knives? What did they do? Wait, I thought you were sure Takumi did it. Yes, but it's not like I have any proof, so... Does that mean you didn't see the culprit when you were stabbed? No, I did see someone, but they were wearing a mask. How about the person's height or body structure, and what kind of mask? That's important. We have a lot of people wearing masks here. Potentially, anyway.
Right.
I can't be sure. They were dressed in a long black poncho thing. Must have seen some identifiable features. I was attacked the moment I turned around, so I'm afraid not. I screamed immediately, and before I realized it, I'd been shoved to the ground. I don't remember anything after that. I fainted after the first 2 or 3 stabs. So, you don't even know if it was a man or woman? No. Did they say anything? Actually, I did hear something as I was being stabbed. The person kept saying, "Die, die." You should have been able to recognize the voice. Thing is, I didn't. Using the voice changer? Why not? Their voice had been changed with a voice changer. Voice changer.
Yep. So then they must have used the voice recording too. I mean, it's possible, right? They had one, they must have the other.
Right. They're out doing all the voice stuff. Well, that was the most useful information we got so far, so that's good. Let's check on with our prisoner.
Takumi, long time no see. I heard you were out cold for a while.
I woke up all of a sudden for some reason.
I'm glad you did. Is there something I can help you with today?
There's no point asking Eva about the case, so I decided to talk about something else.
Huh?
Do you remember what you told me before?
It was bothering me that much. I had to choose between lying to you and eventually killing everyone here, or telling the truth and joining your side.
And then you said you decided to take your chances with us, right?
Yes, I will no longer try to self-destruct in everyone's presence, for the reason I previously mentioned.
Then will you fight with us instead?
What?
Vexness, the one who betrayed you, is still alive, right? By joining us in battle, you can personally take revenge against her and her underlings.
Is that why Tsubasa asked me to conduct a thorough investigation of my body the other day? So, that if I ever tried anything, your team would be able to detonate the bomb inside my body remotely. Using the device she made.
Yes, but I just want to make one thing clear. I didn't ask for the device because I'm suspicious of it. It's just something that's needed to put the others at ease. I thought for a while about what I said.
Alright. You saved my life, so if there's anything I can do to help you, I'll do it.
Thank you. Unfortunately, you'll still have to wait for a while before I can let you out of here. I need to clear it with the others first.
Understood. I'll wait.
I mean, you can stay in one of the rooms if it's somebody that died, you know?
Right.
Just hang out in the morgue. Why are you always
She
in
loves
there?
this place.
Yeah. Maybe she just likes the air conditioning.
Who knows? Can't say I blame her in that regard.
Hiriko, you were here the other day too. What's so interesting about this place?
Oh.
I wanted to investigate Kako's body again. What about you?
I'm here to investigate the case as well.
Oh.
As if your clumsy brain could ever bring us closer to the truth.
Oh, be quiet. Hiriko decided to repeat herself in a hushed voice.
As if your clumsy brain.
Hey!
You know that's not what I meant. Anyway, have you already looked at Kako's body?
Oh.
Yes, and the other two was as well.
Eito and Gakko too? Didn't we already check Gakko's body on day 24?
Yes, but something happened to make me realize I needed to check it again. I've discovered 2 surprising facts and reinvestigating Kako's body.
Surprising facts.
The first concerns her cryptoglobin. Her body's been almost completely drained of it.
What?
There's a cut on her ankle. Her body was likely moved somewhere and hung up for an extended amount of time.
But the machine said that there were no external wounds. So is the machine just wrong? Which
It could
would mean
be.
it's wrong about what's wrong with our brain, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? we could have hacked it, like, after, conking out or something.
Or wait, it was returned here after being... So wait, she's saying that... We'll read the line first, and then I'll discuss.
Okay. It was returned here after being almost completely drained of cryptoglobin.
So she's saying that somebody, after they've been dead and they're in the morgue, somebody snuck in here and took them out there and then drained them that way. So that's why it was, there was no external wounds back when she was dead. Now that somebody did that after death to drain her blood or something.
Maybe.
When?
I'll get to that later. Let me tell you about my other discovery first.
Yuriko walked to Kako's body and removed the sheet that was covering. Then she flipped the body over and, what I saw, flabbergasted. What am I looking at? What the hell?
Marks of a stolen heart.
What?
Somebody cut a hole in her back, smashed her ribs, and dug her heart out.
Why would anybody do that?
Before we talk about that, check the other bodies as well.
I did the same thing. I did as I was told and flipped Ito and Gaku's bodies over, only to see the exact same marks on them. A large
All
empty
of them?
cavity on their backs. Yep.
What?
Wait a minute. What's going on here? Was this all done afterwards? Because we didn't notice it before.
What indeed?
Why are you so calm about this? Their hearts have been removed from their bodies.
I know. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
When did this happen? When we investigated Gaku's body on day 24, his back was still intact.
It still was on day 27, too. I checked Eito and Gaku's bodies when we moved Kako's body here, too. Nobody had holes in their backs that point in time.
That means it must have happened sometime after the night of day 27.
The perpetrator likely did the deed all three at the same time. That may have been when they extracted Kako's cryptoglobin as well.
Ooh.
Simple logic dictates that the culprit behind this series of events did it.
But why?
How should I know what the culprit is up to? Perhaps they are simply a lunatic who collects hearts as a hobby, or a gourmet who enjoys the sport of grilled myocardium with lemon on top.
Both examples are crazy.
There's just one thing I can't seem to figure out. Why were the hearts extracted from their back?
Also, if this all happened while I was in a coma, then I couldn't have done this part at the very least.
Right, because we were constantly being watched.
Right. And we did not attack Shoma. Because we weren't wearing a black poncho or anything that day. So we didn't
So
do...
therefore...
There is something else besides us doing something, even if we did do one of the murders.
Yeah. Making an opening in the chest would make removing them so much easier. Why go about it this way?
We're trying to hide that they did it. Because people might not check if it's on the back, but they definitely see if they just flipped it up and started the chest open. Neither of us could
Right.
come up with anything feasible, so we decided to investigate the bodies again. There was not a single further clue to be found. Well, how are you doing?
More reading. Fun. Medicine. One of mankind's most eminent inventions for sustaining life. And dealing with death. How can I help you today, Takumi?
I told Yugamu that I was investigating the case.
Does that include Kaku's death, too?
Yes, the suspicious circumstances of her death bother me as well. My main objective was to solve the attempted murder of Shoma, but that didn't mean it was my only concern. Any information that might help solve Kako's case would be more than welcome. There were other cases to think about as well, like Suray's destruction and Gaku's murder. But I hadn't found any further clues to those cases despite my thorough investigation on day 24. So I decided to focus on Shoma's case first, while the trail was still fresh. Is there something bothering you about Kako's case?
Yes, there is. Remember her cause of death?
She'd ingested tetrodotoxin, an extremely potent poison. When we found her, she was holding a bottle labeled TTX tightly in her right hand.
That bottle was originally from this biolab.
So, the poison was taken from here.
That would appear to be the case. Whether by Kako, who then who committed radical sex with it, or by someone else who used it to kill Kako.
Is this room open to everyone?
Sure is. There's no lock on the door, and the cabinets are unsecured too. Anyone could have taken anything at any time. Somebody also stole some gammaphil, plus syringes and needles to administer it.
Somebody could have been knocked unconscious.
Would have been Kako. More than likely. Unless I used the recorder to yell in Shoma's voice.
But, like, Shoma remembers being stabbed and stuff. And we were able to revive him, so that did happen recently. So all my thoughts of that, like, being a fake thing, that has to have happened. At least, like, I don't know the time frame, but, like, let's just say, like, within minutes that happened. So it couldn't have been something you set up beforehand. It seems, I don't think that one was set up at all. Somebody did run up and stab him and say, die, die, die.
Yeah, true, I guess. Fair enough.
Gammaphil, the substance you used to knock Ima out on day 27.
The very same.
But if it's still here, it hasn't been stolen, right?
There are multiple bottles here. Several are missing. It didn't happen recently either. I first noticed the missing bottles on day 27. When I came here to get the supplies needed to help with Ima, I saw that there were already some missing.
Would the killer do that?
We don't know for sure if the killer was the one who stole them. The thing is, at the proper dilution, the substance can numb the body's pain and emotional receptors without causing loss of consciousness. Perhaps that's what the thief wanted to use it for.
So it numbs...
Numb the senses and dull the
receptors.
pain.
Could that have been used for something? Emotional receptors as well. I don't know if that... I doubt that means that you can just, like, drug them and then they'll kill people because they don't care anymore, but... I
Okay,
don't know if you just drug somebody and make them stab somebody.
what day did they die again?
What'd you say?
What day did they die again?
I assume it was before we went unconscious, so day 27?
Okay, so it could be possible Ima got up after like experiencing the sedative and took them for himself. Who knows? But I don't think that's the case. It's just an idea.
Oh, one more group to check with.
In any case, how long have we been recording for?
Almost 30 minutes.
Okay, may I make a request?
Yes.
Can we pause real quick?
Yes.
Okay.
Back. Okay. Let's chat to somebody. Oh, you're still in the cafeteria. Don't talk to us now. You're in the midst of a very serious discussion. Zoe just refuses to listen to reason. What's the discussion about?
still don't believe the culprit is one of us. I'm trying to tell everyone to stop being suspicious of each other.
You saw that device's total for the number of life forms in the school.
Yes, but that doesn't prove the crimes were just inside jobs. The culprits must have fled outside the wall of fire after stabbing Shoma.
We're trying to tell you that is not possible. Yeah, this doesn't seem like a killer would stop at 1 or 2 victims. They clearly said they wanted to kill everyone, both in the tape recording and that first message.
But I just can't. Takumi, say something.
Well, I stammered hard because I was more in line with Kurara's way of thinking than Nozomi's. I did feel bad for Nozomi, so I decided to simply avoid committing for now. Sorry, I just remembered I have something I needed to do. Gotta go, bye.
Oh my god. What do you mean? Wait, Takumi, hey, come back here, please.
Right away,
Wow.
I ignored Nozomi's pleas and quickly bolted out of the room and into the hallway.
How horrible.
Well, good thing we're not trying to go for her today.
Yeah.
I went to the gym last. When I stepped inside, I saw that Tsubasa and Takamaru were already there. Tsubasa, Takamaru, perfect timing. I need to ask you guys about something.
What is it?
Remember the voice changer you showed me in the garage the other day? Is it still there?
Shoma told you about the culprit using the voice changer, huh?
Yeah, he did.
You guessed right, Takumi. The device gone missing.
We need to start searching rooms. I knew it. The culprit
Right.
stole it, huh? I mean, since they have to go into the room to lock it, we don't have keys, right? Or do we?
That's true.
Which means all we need to do is go in there when they're not in there and just search the room. They'll never know. It'll be fine.
Unless they lock it before they leave and just pick it to get in.
I suppose. I knew it. The culprit stole it, huh?
I think so.
When did you realize it was gone?
On day 28, the day Shoma regained consciousness, I went to the garage to check after hearing his story and...
The voice changer was already gone.
Yeah, without anyone realizing.
She showed us the voice changer on the afternoon of day 24. So it must have been stolen between that time and the morning of day 27, before Shoma got stabbed. What are you two doing here, though?
I did a lot of thinking myself while you were out, and I just don't believe Kako would commit Radical 6.
Me too. At first, Radical 6 seems like the only possibility based on the situation. After listening to Hiraka, though, I started to realize how unnatural the whole thing seemed.
But if she was killed, how did the culprit get away? That's what we needed to figure out.
And so, here we are.
Maybe there's a secret tunnel or something here that we completely missed, you know?
We're all here to do the same thing, then.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
Yeah, everybody kept talking about that secret tunnel that Hirako escaped through or whatever in the last timeline.
Right. You mean...
Yes, Kako died under such mysterious circumstances that I can't stop thinking about it.
Let's check the place out together.
Yeah, and we can trust each other since all three of us are here as safers.
Safers. Safers?
Those of us who can be safely removed from the list of suspects. Safers.
That's true.
And thus we began to investigate the gym. We went around knocking on walls and floors to check for hidden doors. Some time passed before Takamaru shouted at us from the stage. Did you find something?
Hey, come over here. I found something crazy.
He was standing in a corner of the stage. Tsubasa and I hurried over. Oh my god, there is a secret tunnel. What in the world?
Kidding me. Well, what if we turn back time and go back to this point and just look there?
That would be a logical thing to do, but...
Obviously, that's not going to happen. I know. Maybe there really was a hidden tunnel. Or should I say, a hidden ladder?
I checked this place before, but I found nothing. What did you do?
Told you, I got a dog's hearing. I knocked on the floor and knew right away there was an empty space underneath. Then, I groped around the surface, and what do you know? A rotatable handle and came flipping out. Grabbed the handle, pulled it, and there you have it.
Let's see what's down there.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
the mastermind's lair.
Secret tunnel.
We slowly made our way down the long ladder. Eventually, I felt my toes touching solid ground. What I saw there was... Oh, this is where the rocket is underground. This is like an emergency, like, way to get down to the rocket that's underground. You know, that escape pod that at the end of the other thing.
So they hid here until everyone left.
Well, there still might be another way out. So we don't know yet if they had to hide, but if so, if they were hiding, then it would have to have been somebody we didn't see. I mean, yeah, we'll see. Isn't this...
You know this thing?
Yeah, remember what I told you before? This is the escape pod that deploys on the last day.
Huh? No way.
Damn.
Does that mean if we can get inside?
We can go to the artificial satellite?
We ran to the entrance of the pod and checked the door. There was a note pinned to it. The door to this pod automatically opens on day 100. No manual override available. Despite the note, we kept looking around for a way to open it manually. However, we were unable to find anything.
Yeah.
Nope, this thing can't be opened from outside.
How about we use the crowbar to pry it open?
But if that breaks it, though, it's gotta go into space. We'll just, like, die if we do.
Right. Then the pod becomes useless because the outer space is a vacuum.
So we have no choice but to wait until day 100.
We'll have to give up on the idea of boarding the pod before then.
Unless you like hacking or something.
Right.
Shit.
By the way, have you guys forgotten why we came down here in the first place?
Of course not. We were trying to solve the locked room case, weren't we?
Yeah, Hiriko and I thoroughly investigated the gem after discovering Kako's body. But the killer had been hiding in the storeroom or the ladder shaft at that time.
You couldn't have possibly found them.
Then after you and Hiriko left the gym, the killer got out and walked through the exit like nothing ever happened.
So it would have to have been somebody that we met after that. And who was it that we found after that? I know it was Rumi, Ima. Was there anybody else in that group? Didn't meet until after all that.
Darumi, Moko, and Ima were the only three, I think.
I think. Didn't we see Moko earlier than that?
I don't think so.
Can't say with certainty.
We
At
might
least we've
have.
narrowed the suspects.
Right. Which means Kako really was killed.
We don't have concrete proof of that yet. However, this does disprove the previous notion that it couldn't possibly have been murdered.
Wait. Assuming for a moment she was murdered, wouldn't that also prove the killer was an outsider? Because when we found Kako's body, Takamaru, Shoma, and I were in the infirmary, whereas everyone else was in the gym.
No, not everyone else. 2 were missing. That's right, Darumi and Ima. Ima could have been the killer. He worshipped the ground she walked on.
Couldn't have. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. I messed up. I knew you were going to say something.
It's okay, I'm just thinking.
Okay.
I'm just thinking, why Wait.
I don't-
Motion. Response.
I don't see why Ema would kill
Like, even... Yeah,
Kako unless he's a fake.
or something, but...
What if Ema's a fake?
When did he become a fake? Is it just timeline
I
shenanigans?
don't.
See, like, he never
Maybe.
even fought anything. He never left the school.
Yeah, well. I mean, someone could have snuck in the school on the other side we weren't, like, defending. And got him. It's unlikely, I know, but possible.
Dorumi, though. She was playing slots or something. She could have been lying through her teeth.
But it's always possible that an outsider did it.
You made that life detection device yourself. Unless you're telling me you made up that number.
I did no such thing. That was the correct number. But the killer could have already gotten away by the time I finished making the device, right? Hiccups. I hate them.
Well, just remind yourself that you're not a fish, and you'll be fine.
It never works.
It works for me every single time.
Wow.
Just then, I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. Item on the ground next to the cockpit of the skate pod. It caught my eye for some reason, and I walked slowly over to pick it up.
IT.
Does anybody
It's
have
not like an
Ema
abbreviation.
Tsukino?
It has to be. It has to be. It was Ema.
I mean, his thing's in here. Why else would it be unless he's being framed? But, like... I don't know. This is some intense stuff.
I hate this timeline. I hate this timeline. I hate this timeline. Please get us out of here.
Hey, what's that?
A handkerchief?
So it seems.
I see something embroidered on it.
That reads IT.
Information technology.
Or maybe just IT as in it girl.
Could it be referring to initials of a name?
Ema.
Tsukumo.
Oh my god. Class trial.
Oh
Class
my.
trial.
God.
Then we exited the gem and we saw that it was already nighttime. I asked Takamaru and Tsubasa to gather the others before heading to Ima's room myself.
I'm always here for a class trial.
Come out, Ima. I need to ask you about something. Somehow it felt like he would keep hiding if I told him about the handkerchief, so I decided not to say anything for now. We found a clue that may lead us to Kako's killer. I made that assertion even though I had no solid proof she had been killed because I wanted to get him out of the room. A short while later, I heard the door being unlocked. And then Ima appeared from behind it. You believed me about my dear sister being murdered? Yes, can you come with me? Slowly but surely, Ima nodded in assent. Takamaru, Tsubasa, and I took everyone to the storeroom where the skate pod was being kept. We told them how we had found the place and how the pod could only be used on day 100. After climbing back out, we all headed to the cafeteria.
Huh?
So it was the clue that you found. Before that, I need to check something with Darumi. On day 27, when we found Kako's body, were you really playing slots at that time? You're still suspicious of me? Then check the machine's play log, then you'll know for sure I was playing around that time. How could I have possibly stabbed Shoma if I had been hiding in that storeroom the whole time? The only way out of that place is through that tunnel, right? I wouldn't have been able to get out of the gem until the coast was cleared. Perhaps you clambered out of the escape pod's elevator shaft. I'm no Spider-Woman, and that shaft has no footholds. It's impossible to climb.
The ceiling of that shaft is covered with a thick wall. It's not something that can be opened by human hands.
How about this? You were the one to kill Kako, but not the one to stab Shoma.
You are suggesting that there are two culprits.
Indeed I am. And does the number 2 ring any bells with regard to this situation?
When he found Shoma's body, there were 2 people missing from the scene.
You're suspicious of me as well? Ima's face twisted into a grimace. I hesitated for a moment when I saw his expression, but decided to show everyone the handkerchief we had found. This is the clue I was talking about. We found it in the escape pod storeroom. The letters IT have been embroidered on it.
Are these initials?
Wouldn't that refer to Ima Tsukumo? I thought so. This is her
Oh.
handkerchief, right, Ima?
He's not shocked, he's angry.
Hmm.
Oh. And the fact that this was in the storeroom means...
Sir Ima killed Lady Kako? Out of your mind? Me? Kill my very own dear sister?
I didn't think it was possible either. Unless Ima was the one to stab Shoma and Darumi was the one to kill Kako. Ima dropped a handkerchief in the storeroom when he was casing the joint.
I told you, it wasn't me! Think Miss Amamiya and I were accomplices? That I tacitly approved of my dear sister's murder? That's no different from accusing me of killing my dear sister myself. You're all crazy. I can't believe that thought even crossed your minds.
So, you deny the charge?
Of course I do. Then explain yourself. Why was your handkerchief in the storeroom? That's because... You see, you are feeling guilty. No. No. Ima dashed out of the cafeteria screaming. Wait,
Somebody go
Ima.
get him.
We all dashed after him. Can't let him get away with this. Ima grabbed the fire extinguisher in the entrance hall before running outside. We followed him as he
Oh.
ran out of the building. He was running at full speed through the schoolyard and none of us could catch up. Finally, he tore through the wall of fire and ran to the other side. We followed behind. When we got to the city ruins, something unexpected happened. All of a sudden, a large object shaped like an onion appeared out of nowhere and captured Ima, who had been running ahead of us. Suddenly, it attacked Onion. Ima! The onion object then flew high up the air with Ima and vanished out of sight.
What just happened?
And what was that thing? I'd seen that onion-shaped thing before in the previous time. That was probably a commander. Either the mind control one or something. No, that one. I guess that is onion-shaped. How did it grab him, though?
And that's how a true lady slaughters her prey.
I don't know.
Well, I guess it's got hands, like her wings. I don't know.
That may be how.
Are you serious? Ima's been captured by the enemy?
No way.
That can't be true. It's alright. We can probably figure out a way they went. Figure out where they went.
What?
You know how Ima's been rather emotionally unstable lately, right? So, I thought he might just go up missing one day, so... I secretly planted the transmitter on his body while bringing food to him. We should be able to see where they took him from the war room. You clever girl, you.
Okay, let's all head back. Traced the transmitter and quickly figured out exactly where Ima had been taken. It was the enemy relay station we had visited in the previous timeline. We immediately started making plans to get Ima back. After some discussion, we decided to split into 2 teams. The rescue team, me, Hiriko, Takamaru, Tsubasa, and Kurara. The defense team, Zomi, Moko, Kyoshika, Yugamu, Shoma, and Darumi. Rescue team, got Takumi, Hiriko, Tekamaru, Tsubasa. Shoma doesn't even fight, so I don't know why Shoma and Darumi are being listed on the defense team.
I don't know.
So really, we're just leaving 4 people to defend the place. I guess it's good we got the
Right.
healer here then, 'cause that'll help.
Yeah. Must we rescue him even though he may very well be the killer?
It's not set in stone yet. But if it was all a mistake, could you ever live with the fact that you abandoned an innocent friend?
I knew you would say that. I was just making sure.
Having only 5 people in the defense team is not very reassuring.
Yeah, can we add one more or something?
No, what if the enemy attacks in the meantime? Can't afford to be lax on home security.
In that case, Takumi,
Yeah, it's time. Everybody follow me. Yes. It's time for your debut of battle. Sir Takumi, Lady Eva is out and about now. Why have you done such a thing? Yes, as you can see, I let her out. But why? I intend to let her join the rescue team. Huh? Yes, to test her loyalty, we will make her go to our own team's base and slaughter them.
right?
Proof of loyalty. I explained about the bomb in Eva's body and the remote detonator we had made to trigger it.
And do you really think this will work?
If you feel she's acting suspicious, you can press the button to blow her up yourself.
Huh?
I put the remote detonator into an astonished Hiriko's hand. Now do you feel reassured? Hiriko felt silent at my words. After a few moments, she said,
Have it your way. Thank you for having me on your team. I look forward to being useful to you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I want to see what she does in combat. Alright then, we'll be right back.
With Ima.
It's funny, we went to that base looking for Ema in the other timeline, now we're going there again to get Ema.
History repeats itself. Good luck.
Stay safe. The rescue team set off for the enemy relay station, where Ema was being held captive. Day 40. By the time we got close to the relay station, the sun was just starting to rise. We got off the bus and climbed up a small hill to survey the relay station. Yep, looks like it did last time.
We don't know where exactly Ema is being held in this base, but that doesn't matter. Let's just bust in there and start kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah, you guys already saw how that commander could fly.
That has to be Quenzele.
Quenzele? Is that his name?
Yes, and he's an absolute creep. Feel free to make mincemeat out of him.
A
Gladly.
flying enemy? Sounds like a headache already. How do we even get to him? We'll be fine with my specialist skill on our side. I'll whip up some surface-to-air artillery and knock him down in one shot. The thing
I like
is,
Eva already.
I'll have to start
Yeah.
crafting it after he actually appears.
Why? Can't you just make it now?
I mean, we already liked her and she didn't even do anything, so...
Yeah.
All she did was cry and get locked in cage, and we liked her.
I mean, in all fairness, right? She probably. No, there was no reason. She's just cute. That's all. That's the only reason.
This particular weapon can only hold its shape for 5 minutes. After that, its internal pressure will cause it to explode.
Got it. Guess there's no helping it then.
Okay, guys, let's do this. Special Defense Unit, move out.
I'll watch this because we might see some of the commander doing something.
Right.
with, you know, just a glimpse somewhere. Well, we gave her that kind of armor, too.
What? But why? Doesn't she have her own thing?
Yeah, but maybe we don't want her using it. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't like it. I don't know. We'll see details as soon as I can click them. Oh, and this is where we gotta just trigger all the bombs. She is here. She's got something floating behind her back. Special fitness. Attack +2 when user attacks after moving. It's just like, you almost always move, right? So.
Understood.
I see.
Eva is a long-range attacker that specializes in attacking while moving. It's the opposite of the sniper that you have to sit in one spot. Our specialist skill, Special Fitness, automatically gives her attack +2 when moving and attacking. Buffalo Blade. Mow down enemies in front in a vertical line. It's anti-air. Ignores armor when calculating damage.
Oh.
Nice.
I still don't understand though. Like, why doesn't she use her boss form?
I don't know.
I'm ready to go.
Whatever.
Apparently, it's not good enough.
Yeah,
Anyway, we need to
I
hit
guess.
all of these to kill everything in one turn.
Hey, we can worry about
Leave this
that
to me.
And she
next time
she's
we
got some
play,
nice
perhaps.
Yes, we'll save her for next time, but I want to a little bit.
Alright, go ahead.
He can go through corners.
Right.
You can go anywhere. You can like fly up, drive all over.
She might be better to go,
Leave it to
to
me.
the
Oh,
middle.
you can't get in because they're here, so this has to be blown up first. You
Time
are
to
very
move.
slow, so I'll probably just make you blow it up. Although you can't really blow it up from far enough away to not
Nope.
get blown up yourself. No, with that one she can.
Ready whenever.
Well, I mean, it doesn't
Oh, wait.
affect her, at least as far as what I remember.
No, I think it does hurt.
Doesn't hurt
However, I don't know how much damage
Does?
it does, but she should survive, and then the next wave will start, and she'll have full health anyway, so I don't think it'll matter either.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Whatever.
next time we'll try out Eva and stuff. Okay, everyone. If you enjoyed this, then liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing are all appreciated. The most important thing, though, that thou must absolutely do is have a nice day.
Wanna know something? I feel like every game would be significantly better if it all had Monokuma.
For sure.